And here we go. What's going on, guys? Vag back again with another... Sorry. Still sick. I'm getting over it, though. My ear's starting to drain. My cough's going away. Feeling much better. So, Vag back again with another Banished Cells video. Now, I already did one of these, but I have made some changes to my healer. Basically, healings... oops, let's change that so that it's on healing springs. I have started to do something a little bit different now. Let's see, take this off. I've been soloing, so I had some of that on there. Let's see, where is it? Maybe I didn't pick it up yet. Nope, there it is. Blessing and Protection. I've been using that a lot more. Been trying to use more of my healing staff abilities and not relying so much on my two big heals. So I've been playing with that a little bit. Wanted to show you guys how I've been doing it. Now, it does shoot my magicka down quite a bit more than I did before when I was just popping these two, the Restoring and the Regeneration. But I've also been popping down this shield. Now, it actually has a fairly decent aggro range. Let me turn the volume down a little bit so you can kind of hear me a little better. It does have a fairly decent aggro range. Yeah, aggro range. It has a fairly decent range. And with it, I can get behind these two guys, and I can pop it. You see, all three of them just got that buff. So I've been using that a little bit more. Let's charge up Lightning, charge up the Storm Atronach. I don't know if it does anything when I'm not in combat, but that was kind of cool. I've been using that a lot more. It gives people a little bit of a shield. I think helps keep people alive a little better. So it's a lot easier for me to keep them healed up when I have this big shield on them. See, it comes down to 74. I give it a few ticks and then I throw it down, and I'm still at 61. But with the shield and all of that, the protection and the healing, I usually don't have to pop anything else. Now here I will because there's a lot of range. But if there's not a lot of ranged enemies in the dungeon, I really don't need to pop that big heal. Or if, say, people are in the right spots, those kinds of things, I really don't need to pop, like I said, my AoE heals quite as much. For the beginning of this pool, I can actually just throw out that one and that one. Might even end up getting rid of Healing Springs. The reason being, I can heal everybody up with this ability here, with my Ritual Rebirth, whatever, the cast. I can heal everybody up with that pretty well. If I see an ally over here taking a good bit of damage, I can turn around and throw my shield on them and keep them up pretty easily. So I've gotten used to the kind of turning with it and throwing this down. Let me see, it's a number 3, I'll read it to you. Heals allies in front. Affected allies gain 240 armor and spell resistance for 8 seconds. So it's kind of like a steadfast ward, but I can... but they still take damage, it increases their armor. But I can throw that on multiple allies. Especially if you have some range back here, I can throw it on them before the pull, and then go ahead and throw my rapid regeneration on my tank. This keeps my allies a little safer from range, because you do have allies that take a good bit of range damage as well. But it keeps them healed up from the range damage, and then I can worry more about my tank. So I'm not constantly running around like a chicken with my head cut off, trying to get close to people to pop this ability, since it is only a 10-meter range. Now, this is a cone-type ability. The target is an area 20 by 4 meters. So I believe it goes out 20 spaces, rather. So it goes all the way up to there. But it's only wide by 4 meters. So it actually has a good bit of range. I can throw it from all the way back here, and my tank definitely gets in it. But it's very close-knit ability, so you do kind of still have to stay close to your allies, but that's okay. That's what I do normally anyway. We do have a little Twilight, whatever, help and heal a little bit. Let's run back here and throw him a quick heal. But for the most part, this is how it goes anyway. It's not really too difficult. We'll throw him a quick heal there, since I didn't have my rapid regeneration on him. I'm too busy talking, like I've mentioned more than a few times. It also gives me the buff, by the way. When I throw it down, no matter where I'm at, it always gives me the buff, so it's quite useful for that. I'll go ahead and throw him a big heal here, just to keep myself topped off as well. And then I'll throw him rapid regeneration, and he should be good for that. I'm going to turn around, throw her the heal. It's still kind of wonky, where I'm not sure if it's where you cast it at. It seems to be where the staff lifts up. So as long as you turn your player, not just your camera, it'll throw it wherever your player is facing. So he was facing that way, so it still kind of threw it that way. But like I said, I got to play with it a little bit. But I've gotten pretty good at figuring out where it's going to go range-wise. So that's the biggest change, really, that I've been... Let's see how much that Flint Greatsword hits for. 34, and this hits for 44. Yeah, not as good. I have been I've decided on, you'll notice he's wearing some heavy armor. I've decided on everything heavy armor except for the hood and the gloves, since your heavy armor, your helmet and your gloves gives you the least a bit of defense, whereas your chest and your legs and your boots give you a little bit more. I'm going to keep those light armors just for the little bit of, see if I can, you all know what it does, but the recovery increases my magic regeneration by 4%, just a little bit of a boost, and then I can gem for Magicka as I need to. Now, right now, Magicka is not an issue at all. If I need to bang out the heals, I can always just pop a potion and continue to do so. Hasn't been a problem yet, so I've decided to go with the heavy armor for a little bit more life, basically. I don't like being squishy, and I have found that even that little bit of a boost actually has been helping me in PvE soloing, as opposed to PvE running dungeons. PvE, it's all PvE. Yeah, but solo or dungeons, a little bit of a difference there. This should be the item I bought. Yep, to disenchant, or deconstruct. Just a helmet. So, like I said, I have been using that it helps me a lot in the solo PvE, and even in the dungeons, I don't take as much damage as I was before. So we're going to pop our regeneration on him, or our healing springs on him that time, and then that. This is bigger of a pool, but these enemies don't do very much damage, as I've figured out, so it's not necessary to throw really big heals down for this one. Go ahead and pop this on him and myself. Now we do have another hero helping out, so I can kind of hang back a little bit, but I try not to too much. I don't want to throw a video out here for you guys and have me not doing much. I am still having to heal, but the major change is you'll get that. That glow was bothering me before. Now I think it's kind of cool, just because my staff is just sitting there lit up in holy fire, and I don't know. It's kind of cool. I don't know what makes it get stuck. I guess maybe when you get hit. Oh, nope, get out of that. Clanfair's coming. Or those first, then the Clanfair. I always forget which one it is. Which one comes first. Boom! Love that Dragonite ability, by the way. It does damage to every enemy in it. It also stuns them so that they cannot hit right away. So it's actually hugely nice. Aggro Grabber and CC for the Dragonites. So most people don't use it. They think it's just a stun, but it actually can be morphed to do a good bit of bleed damage over time as well. So let's go ahead and throw the shield down. See, it just affected everybody with it. Blessing of Protection. See, it heals. It always heals me. It's a nice little pop to keep myself up. And, hey, it shields your allies at the same time. So, if I need to be topped off and I have the Magicka for it, like I said, it's all about, you know, what Magicka... Sorry, I know. This boss actually knocks you down and starts chomping away on you, so you have to keep that person healed up, focus on that person when he's chomping on him. It kind of sucks when he hits me with it, but for this will come in handy a lot, a little bit of the shield there. Now the Steadfast Ward would make a little more sense, but at the same time, I can hit everybody with this right in front of me, so I can easily get the guy all the way back there and give him the shield. And it's really all I have to do. I still have 82% magic. See, there's chomping on me. He gets me pretty low here when he does this stuff, so I'm going to go ahead and pop my thing when I get back up. All this stuff is recorded live, by the way. That's why I mess up on my voice and stuff. I just feel like I remember things as they happen, and for me sitting here watching the video, I wouldn't remember as much, so I kind of try not to record. Let's throw Hellish Fauna heal there. So, I mean, you really have to move around. He needs to be a little bit closer for this boss, just because he does jump to somebody like that. But if the healer's fast enough, they can get over there. And having somebody help me out here is definitely a plus, as if I'm not close enough, they could be. Throw down Healing Springs and then the shield. I don't think he was in it there. I would like it better if there was an add-on to kind of show me up here by their health bars. I'm pointing at my screen like you guys can see it. Up there by the health bars, if there was a mod that, you know, more like WoW or Star Wars. What am I thinking? Oh, wow, my light armor is actually broken. Noob mistake. I forgot to be repairing. Let's just throw the gauntlets on for now. Noob mistake. Repair your gear, guy, before you go into dungeons and whatnot. Just so I could see buffs, debuffs. You know, know when somebody needs cleansed. And I mean, I didn't use Heal Bot that put out a big old thing and basically you hit buttons and it just threw out all your cleanses and whatnot. But it would be nice to know when people need cleansed, when my attacks actually have hit them. Because then now my priority would be watching their health, waiting till my magic is back up, and throwing that down again to heal. but as of right now, I'm not 100% sure if it hits them or not. It does put an aura around them, and I guess it forces you to... Let's throw these back on since I add... Oh, we're in combat. Thought we were done. Since it does make it a little easier, or the auras rather, yeah, lost my train of thought. The auras rather a little hard to see when all this stuff's going on. I guess that makes it a little more difficult than point and click, and I know there's some people, I mean, nobody's commented on video and been a douchebag yet, but to cover all my bases, don't bother. To sit there and go, it makes it easier, this isn't target healing. I know there'll be one douchebag somewhere in the world that wants to be like that, so... but it would make it a little bit easier. Anybody that's healed knows that even something that makes it a little easier to kind of just know when you need to hit the button. You still need to be... Oh, wow, Fun just took a crap ton of damage. I'm not even sure what he was in. Let's go ahead and pop the ultimate ability here because somebody's standing and stuff. I'm not really sure. Nimble's nowhere to be found. He's all the way back there, which is a terrible idea. Let's throw him the shield and get right back to power attacking these enemies. I might get rid of that ability, because as you can see over here, if you look to the right where the numbers are popping up, it's 4 health. It's really not... I mean, I have to be standing... I have to be moving for it. Or I can be moving while I do it, but it's a lot... It's to worry about the power attack and all. And then on top of that, the healing. It's just... To me, it's just not worth it. Maybe they'll tweak it in the future. Maybe they won't. Maybe it's supposed to be like that. But to me, it's just not enough to really be worth it, so... I might end up getting rid of that when I respec. I am really not worried about my points. I have been throwing everything into Magicka. See, I have 1500. I do have quite a bit of Magicka. If I do my job right, my compatriots here do their job, it's really not... I don't go You know, I have it figured out I have my mana regeneration figured out, and a rotation, the seconds in between, you know, pressing, you know, when I used to, it was always 1, 2, heal, 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 heal. I have the timing down where I can go 1, wait for a tick, 2, and then wait for another tick, and I can throw out another ability. So, I have that down. So magic is not a huge deal right now. I've put a lot of points into it. I might start putting a few into stamina, and maybe even a few into health. I'm not sure yet. The stamina would be nice, just for CCs and whatnot, if I do any PvP with this guy. I probably will. He's a healer, you know, so healing in PvP, people always like that. People always love you when you heal in PvP. So I might do more of that in future videos. When the guild gets together and I catch up to everybody, we might do a few more healing. Oops, I did not guard that. It was my fault. Let's heal up. And another thing that the heavy armor helps with, now that I'm talking about this kind of stuff, is I like being in the thick of the battle. I like being near my tank and those kinds of things. I find it easier to keep an eye on him, especially here where I can't target. I need to be able to know where he is at all times, and if he's near me, I don't have to worry about this heal not hitting him. So since he's the priority, I do keep an eye on the range, but the tank is so much of a priority. The heavy armor really helps with being closer to my tank. So I'm going to try to do the rest of the dungeon here without using healing springs. I can't promise that I won't mess up and use it a few times because I'm just not used to not having it. I do like it a lot. It's a really nice ability. It's not a huge heal, but it does definitely help. It definitely does make it a little easier. That little bit of healing that I can throw it anywhere in the room, I can throw it over there real quick, and then attack over here, is nice. So I'm kind of debating whether or not to keep it on my bar, whether or not to keep using it. So, but as of right now, I don't really have any heals that I use very much. You can see I was using the ward. I'm just kind of trying new things. That's always a good thing. So the ward I don't have on the bar right now. It's just kind of between these two and my Restoring Light abilities. Restoring Aura I didn't like too much. Maybe at higher levels when tanks have more regeneration at a time, it might be a little better to use because it boosts their natural health regeneration. But as of right now, it's not... To me, it just doesn't restore enough. It's just a heal over time. And I already have 2 of those, so to give somebody a 3rd one, to me, it just wastes Magicka. So throw him a quick heal, instant heal there. Now this is where the Steadfast Ward would come in handy, but 1, because we do have another healer, and 2, because I have that shield ability, I can regulate his health pretty well. I'm getting kind of low here. Let's throw myself a heal. And if I need to, I can pop out an instant heal and get everybody back up, so it's not a huge deal. He does need to do a better job of getting these AoEs out there, out and around the place, instead of letting them bang on everybody. We'll throw the shield down over there, grab both of those guys with it, and and that way we can hit Dissident Aggressor with another heal. Now you did see the other Templar did hit him, or I think it's a healing staff actually that they're using, did hit him. Since I have full magic and he's losing a little bit, let's give him regeneration. There it's back up to 92, we'll pop the shield and heal there. One more hit and I'm going to throw him an instant. It's all about gauging his HP. I knew he'd live from that, but I also knew he was going to need a heal there, so I had the magic for it, so I just threw out the instant heal. Now I believe that is actually the end of this one. Maybe not. I can't remember. Anyway, we'll stick around for a few more seconds. So that's what I've been doing. Hopefully you guys kind of got a window into what I do. You have to pay attention to my videos. I record them live, so I lose my train of thought or I do other things. I have been playing around with this. I do have a two-handed weapon on here. And I'm looking to pick up some Adric Spear abilities. Like I said, I have all the healing abilities really I need, and if nothing needs morphed, I'll pick up Adric Spear now to do solo. Because it's taken a while having to sit there and, oops, swing the mace. Yeah, just to sit there and go boom, boom. You can hear me clicking like mad, and it's only, so it's kind of slow. Nope, don't need that. So it's kind of slow leveling. So I've been playing around with the two-handed mace a little bit. Like I said, if something needs morphed, I'll grab it on Restoring Light, depending on what it is. But Rite of Passage and Breath of Life and Ritual of Rebirth definitely will morph those when they need it, which should be on my next level up. See here, it's pretty much done. It should say morph. I don't know how many times you can morph an ability, but I think I can do at least 1 or 2 more morphs. I want to say it's probably 5, I'm guessing. That wasn't the end. I always think that's the end boss. So I should be able to morph at least once or twice. But if none of those need morphed, like I said, I'm going to pick up some Adric Spear abilities here just to do some DPS while soloing. And I have my 2 heals, the cast heal and the instant heal, both on there as well. You see them down here if I need them. So that's that, man. This thing's really glowing now. It's kind of cool. I don't know what causes it. Maybe when I switch, it always seems to do it. Oh, that was bad. That was my bad. Accidentally clicked. Hello, Shfan. I don't know why you're always so far away. I know you're at range, but if the fight doesn't require you to be back 100 yards, it's probably not a good idea to be back 100 yards. See, I do power attack quite a lot, and I glance up at the health bar, so, I mean, Essence Strain is a little bit more, sure, but, I mean, at maximum, it's probably only, it's probably 30. 30% is probably like 8 to 10, somewhere in there. And I guess it all depends on how much damage I'm doing. There, I just used Healing Springs again. You guys saw that. So I'll probably keep it on. I can throw 2 of those down and then the shield, and heals for a lot more. But as you'll notice, I do use it quite a lot. So maybe I'll stick with it, depending on how much damage I can end up doing. When I get a really bitchin' restoration staff, it'll probably be worth using a little more. So I'm rambling. I talk kind of fast. I know. It's partly because of my job, partly because I always just have. So I apologize if I'm hard to understand. Please let me know if I am. A lot of you guys don't comment on my videos. I mean, nothing to be all giddy about, but I got 11 subscribers, so a lot of you guys, at least 11 of you guys watch my videos. You know, my Star Wars videos had 300-some views on them. So that's like 300-some people. But nobody leaves any comments. So let me know what you want to see. Let me know if I talk too fast, if I get off my train of thought too much. But I'm not going to change the whole sequence of the videos because some people don't like them. Just, you know, if there's something else that I should talk about, some points that I missed, some points that I should hit in the next video, I'm probably going to wait until I'm level 30, until I'm at least up there, because the videos are going to get monotonous if every time I change something on my bar, I'm sitting here releasing a new video about it. I also keep thinking that Storm Atronach is an enemy. I keep trying to attack him, which I shouldn't do. See, I'm sticking close to him all the time. Just look for the guy with the shield, since there's nothing above their heads. I might look for an add-on like that as well. Oops. I'm garbage at picking locks. I have not once gotten a lock. Not even once. So I guess it pays to have an experienced rogue or Nightblade, because it just kind of seems like people who go Nightblade are like, oh yeah, lock picking. Whereas other people, you know, a lot of people that want to play big old beefy tanks aren't like, oh, lockpicking. They don't. If they're like me, they don't remember that you can do a multitude of skills. I do remember that that's not the final boss now. This guy down here that is actually kind of tough. He's not easy. He just charge to somebody and do a good bit of damage. So this one should be fun. Wish those guys hadn't jumped, but they did. So we should be fine though, especially with 2 healers. Alright, here we go. Rapid regeneration, which didn't seem to hit my tank there because he hadn't lost any health yet, but that's okay. I am going to use Healing Springs, throw it down right here with that guy, throw the tank the shield. Now I'm doing things a little bit differently because I do have that second healer like I said, but mostly what I'm doing is basically what I always do. It did take me a while to get used to not being able to keep people topped out like I used to do. I wish I could move out of that. But for the most part, I've gotten used to just being able to judge not by free heals keeping them topped off, but by what heal is going to do what healing percentage, keeping them topped off that way. I don't know how you defeated. I'll move a little closer to him, maybe it'll throw him. There we go, throw it to him that time. Yeah, they're afraid. I'm not gonna die in their stead. I'm a monster, man. And we actually have a really good Dragon Knight tank. There's an ultimate. Oh, you gotta get the fire out of here. Now that Twilight thing is also helping the healing a little bit, so this is pretty easy as of right now, but it does get a little tough if people don't move the AoEs that are around, or if they don't move the boss out of the AoEs. We do have a lot of range, all range DPS actually, so not a big deal. Destroy that, orbs. Oh, boss is on me. Oh, that's not good. I think we had another healer there. I would have been dead getting thrown right in that like that. This fight could almost go on forever, depending on if you get the orbs or not. There, we got the bow hitting them now, so they're not going to last too long. One thing I've noticed is sometimes you want to wait till the second of the pull to throw rapid regeneration down, because it seems to go to the 2 allies that are hurt most. I don't know if it says that in the tooltips, or if I'm just a noob. Not nearby. So it's either when you're really close. Sometimes I've noticed that if I'm really close to the tank and I hit it, it'll still go to some of the DPS here. See, there it went to him. There it went to those 2. I guess they were closer. It's kind of finicky, so you really have to pay attention to what you're doing. What did I get? Guile Hammer. Oh yeah, we're gonna take that over the Iron Maul of Frost for sure. Well, that's the end of dungeon. Hardly any experience for it. They just really need to fix that. Come on, more experience for dungeons. I should be able to grind dungeons and learn and get better at my healing, rather than solo to get my... Oh, excuse me. Rather than solo to get all my practice. So, I've already done it here. You get 1 quest per dungeon. I don't know if I've mentioned that in any of my other videos. You get 1 quest per dungeon. And after that, you don't get anything. So let's run up the stairs here down the hall so I can close out this video and finish jabber jawing. So that's burnished cells, guys. That's my new little rotation here. Trying to wean myself off of healing springs, and using the rapid regeneration and the steadfast ward, or blessing of protection rather, more so than the other stuff. So rapid regeneration, for some reason, still at rapid regeneration 1. I've been using it like crazy. I mean, it's part of my normal rotation. I guess these level a little bit slower than these. Since you get them later, they level up a little faster. I don't know. What is this? That's the frost staff that I had. I already had that. So we have this now, however. It's actually a pretty awesome mace. It looks like an elf mace. So, pretty cool. What I'm going to be using for soloing. And then, obviously, for healing the staff. But that's the end of the video. Hopefully you guys got a little glimpse into what I've been playing with a little bit more. Like I said, decided to go heavy armor. Since Magicka really wasn't an issue since I'm putting all my points into it. I might start putting a few into health. And then gemming for Magicka and health or stamina, depending on what I need. So, one thing about the game, like I said, is I can heal in heavy armor, and it's not seeming to make too much of a difference. At least at this level with the mana regeneration and whatnot. So, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. Hopefully, like I've said 3 times now, that helped. And I'll see you guys for the next video. Probably when I have time to level. I haven't been playing as much as I've wanted to. Darn the women and the personal life. Those kinds of things keeping me away from Elder Scrolls. But hopefully I'll get some levels here in the next coming days. And I'll release another video for you. Like I said, around level 30 or so. So, I'm out of here, guys. Finn.